Please start, Pratishtha. All right. Yes, children, we are going to start with statistics. And for this particular year, when you are going to have your term 2 board exam, the chapter is for 8 marks out of 40. And 8 out of 40 means what percentage? What percentage does it make? 8 marks out of 40.
20%.
What percentage, children?
20%.
20%, which means a lot. So we need to work on this. The chapter is a small thing, but when we hear the term statistics, what all things come to our mind? Then what all we are going to do in the chapter?
Data, kind of data arranging.
Data handling, yes. So what all comes in data handling? Which terms come to your mind, children? When
Bar
you're dealing
graph,
with
pie chart.
bar, histogram, what else?
Frequency.
Histogram.
See, okay. And what else?
Telemarks.
Measures of tendency. Measures of central tendency. What are measures of central tendency? 3 measures of central tendency.
Mean,
If
median,
anybody-
and mode.
Very good. Mean, median, and mode. So in this chapter, the good news for you is we are not going to do any bar graph, histograms, any kind of graphs, pie chart, nothing. Kuch nahi karna hame. We only have to focus on finding 3 measures of central tendency, that is mean, median, and mode. Children, till class, we were doing mean, median, mode of ungrouped data. Ungrouped data means we have individual entries. But in class 10, we are going to deal with mean, median, mode of group data. That is one difference. Second thing is, in this NCERT book, we are given 3 methods of finding mean. You use any method, the answer is same. That is the beauty of maths. Maths is a unique subject, right? But out of 3 methods, one method, which is a step deviation method, CBSE has deleted for this particular year. So we are not going to deal with step deviation method. Secondly, there is another method, one normal method of doing median. The other method is the graphical method. Finding mean of the group data by drawing graphs known as ogives. That portion also is deleted by CBSE for this particular year. Although it was deleted last year also. So 2 things are deleted from the chapter. Step deviation method for finding mean and ogives for finding median. So other than these 2, we have to do everything else. And if you're going to opt for economics in class 11, you will be doing all these things again. This entire chapter is there under the heading of, under the topic of economics. So if you are really keen to go for economics in class 11, pay all the more attention here. And if you are not wanting to opt for economics, maths loge. 11th class maths is also having all these things, including your step deviation method and ogives. So you will be needing everything in class 11 anyhow, right? So if you feel I don't want to opt for maths, I will go for humanities, then economics is waiting for you with this chapter. And if you're not going for humanities but any other stream wherein maths is there, then maths also is having this. So double bonanza, what do you call? So kindly focus on this chapter here. Okay, because in any way you are going to meet it in class 11. And the teachers there will believe that yes, child is already done in class 10, so we just need to brush up the concepts. They will not go in detail again. Right, beta? Is that okay? Yes. Now, let me just discuss what you have done in class 9 and how it is going to be different than what we are going to do in class 10. Let us first of all understand the meaning of ungrouped data and group data. Let us understand the difference between these two. Now, children, we had a maths test on Tuesday, right? 10C, 41 students took part in that, and 10B, 45 students were present for the test. So, in all, how many students gave test?
86.
86. Now, suppose I wish to find the median marks, the model marks, and the mean marks of these 86 students. so that I'm aware कि where my class is going. मेरी class में maximum बच्चे क्या score कर रहे हैं, that will be model class. Whatever score is scored by most of the students, that is called mode. So what are the model marks? So that I am aware बेटा कि मेरी class के बच्चों का response कैसा है, performance कैसा है. I may find the mean, where is the average of my class, and the median, that which is the middlemost entry to the left and to the right of which there are equal number of entries. I hope you remember that is how we define median. Arranging in ascending order and then the middlemost entry which divides the entire data into equal parts. Okay. So one way is, if I'm talking of ungrouped data, I have to take care of all 86 marks. Somebody scored 0, somebody scored 10, 1.5, 7.5, 3, 9, whatever is the individual score. I will be noting down individual score of all to find mean. We'll add them up and I need to then divide the score by what number?
The number of scores you have taken.
Number of students. You know, sum of all the observation divided by total number of observations.
Yes, ma'am.
Sum
Yes, ma'am.
all the observations divided by total number of observation. Now, what is the total number of observation here? How many
86.
observations?
86.
86.
This is how I'm going to find mean. This is one way. This is one way of dealing with this. Now, other way is, suppose father principal is asking me, ma'am, you have taken test. Kindly give me the report. Kindly give me the report so that I get to know what children are doing in the class. So, is it a sensible way that I am giving him the list of 86 students scoring different marks? What is one to make out of it? And if I represent my 86 data like this, children scoring marks between 0 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, let's say 6 to 8, 8 to 10. And then I tell him, father, 5 students are scoring marks between 8 to 10, 25 students are scoring marks here, 10 students are scoring between 0 to 10, another 15 are scoring between 2 to 4, something like this.
Yes, ma'am.
Follow it up. So if I'm going to do this way and then remaining are scoring between 4 to 6, what do you think? Which will give the better picture to the principal or the principal?
Group data.
Group
Group
data. It will understand that where the students of class 10 are standing. How many are doing fairly well? How many we need to focus on? Probably he would ask me, please focus on these 25 more. Please focus on these 25 more. Are you getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I want to discuss with you that why are we making a shift from ungrouped to group data as we are moving from 9 to 10? What is the problem with this way? And what is the benefit in this way? Can anybody
Ma'am,
make cases
Ma'am,
Organized.
one by one? One by one. Raise your hand up one by one. Yes, Aisel.
Ma'am, the group data is more organized and it will be easy to review it later if you need it.
Very good. Very correct. It is organized and gives you a better picture. You may put it in your own different words. Yes, Gauranshi.
Ma'am, it makes the study of a given data easier.
Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay. So we understand more or less this concept that this is organized and gives us a better understanding. Right. Now let me discuss the disadvantage of group data over ungrouped data. Abhi we have discussed what is the advantage of group data. And also I would like to add one more point. If we are dealing with a large number of entries, suppose we have 6 sections of class 10 in our school. Each section is having 40 students. What is the total strength of the class 10? What is the total strength?
120.
240.
240. I will go mad if I have to look at each and every individual's entry 240 times, adding them, then dividing them by 240. It will be a tedious task for me. And yes, at the same time, I may make calculations error also. Adding 250 entries, anybody can make error. It's not that we can't make error here. We can make error here as well, but there the chances are more. And suppose we are making some survey. You have seen surveys done with the large number of population. Or if we are doing survey and we want to get to know what is the outcome of that survey, what is the conclusion of that survey, what is the analysis, as Aisel said, right? Survey is done to analyze things. So we can't deal with individual entries. Na? Suppose आपने 1000 लोगों के घर में survey किया for a particular thing. How will you present this to your boss? You will say, now out of 1000 families, these many families are doing this, these many families are doing this, these many families are doing that. Getting my point? So that is the advantage of group data. But there is one disadvantage. There is one disadvantage. Let me tell you what is that disadvantage. Beta, in group data, ungrouped data, I know individual score. And I'm adding individual score and I am getting this thing done. तो मुझे पता है मेरा score ठीक आएगा. I know my mean mode, whatever I am calculating, is going to be perfectly okay. But suppose, let us take this example. So I'm just taking small numbers so that we understand it better. Suppose I have these 6 values, 2, 3, let's say 5, 5, or I can make it 6. Let us have 8, 10, 11. Okay. Suppose these are the individual scores. 12 marks ka kuch test hua, 7 students were there, that is their score. How to find mean score? Can anybody tell me? How to find?
Ma'am, adding them and divide by 7.
Yes, adding all the observation, all the scores, and dividing by total score. What is the total score here? 7. Can you please add fast? 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 5, 10. 10 and 10, 20. 31 and 14, 45. Now 45 divided by 7. What is that? Chalo, let it be like this. We are not dividing it. वो बात की बात है. This is how we are going to find mean for ungrouped. Let us convert this to group data. If I want to convert this to group data, what will happen? Let me make some intervals. ये हो गया marks. This is number of students. Okay. Let me make 3 intervals, 0 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 12. Now, how many students are scoring marks between 0 to 4?
Ma'am, 2 students.
2.
4 to 8?
3.
Where is 8 counted? 8 is counted in this interval or the next interval?
Next
the
interval, ma'am. So 2.
8 will be counted in the next interval. Okay. Up now, I presented this to Father Principal. Now, Father Principal is asking, tell me the mean score of the test. अब mean कैसे निकालूं? How to find mean? I just know there are 2 children scoring something between 0 to 4. But I don't know in actual what they are scoring. So mean के लिए I need entries. If I have certain entries, then only I'll add them and divide them to get the mean. अब मुझे तो सिर्फ ये पता है भाई 0 to 4 में 2 students are there. How to go about it? I just know there are 3 students scoring something between 8 to 12, but I don't know what their score is. This is the disadvantage. Getting my point? I don't know the individual entry. जब मेरे पास individual score ही नहीं है, how to go about it? So I am going to do something about it. I will find class marks. If you remember, 9th you have done this concept, class marks. Defined by xi. This is the m for midpoint. Remember, m for mark, m for midpoint. So you remember this way. M for mark, M for midpoint. So what is the midpoint of class interval 0 to 4?
2.
What is the midpoint of class interval 0 to 4? 2. Middle value?
Yes, ma'am.
Lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. Lower limit plus upper limit. I hope you know these are our lower limits of the class interval. These are all upper limits. So lower plus upper divided by 2. Now 4 plus 8. What is the middle value of 4 and 8 interval?
6.
6.
6.
Ma'am, 6.
12.
10.
10.
10. So what does it mean? It means to process group data further, we have to make certain assumptions. Group data calculations are based on certain assumptions. So what are we assuming here? We are assuming, भाई मुझे marks तो पता नहीं था. I was not aware of the score. So I've assumed it myself, middle value, that these two students are scoring 2 marks each. These two students are scoring 6 marks each. And these 3 students are scoring 10 marks each. That is how I am going to assume it. तो अब जब मुझे मीन निकालना है 2, how many students are scoring 2? This is F5 बेटा. याद है F symbol, frequency. Do you remember this?
Yes, ma'am.
F stands for frequency. Frequency means number of times a thing is repeated. So what is the frequency of Xi? Fi. So how many students are scoring 2? 2 students.
2
So
students.
mean is 2. How many students are scoring 6 marks? 2.
2.
How many students are scoring 3 marks or 10 marks?
3.
Getting it? Getting हम कर क्या रहे हैं? That is what we have
Yes.
assumed. Because मुझे पता नहीं है. I just know there are 3 children scoring between 8 to 12. How to find mean? I am assuming कि ये तीनों का जो है 10 है. मैंने on an average तीनों को 10 मान दिया. And divide by what? Total number of students?
Yes.
Now what is the score here? 2 plus 2? 4.
4.
4 plus 6?
10.
10 plus 6?
16.
16.
16.
16 plus 30?
46.
What was the original mean?
45 upon 7.
And what is the next mean in group data?
46.
So you can see better there is a variation. It is not giving me the exact answer. This is the disadvantage. लेकिन आप देख सकते हो the disadvantage is a very little. बहुत छोटा सा gap है. It's not that वहाँ पे 8 आ रहा है और यहाँ 15 आ गया. I mean, it's nothing like that. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yes.
So the only advantage of dealing with group data is that it doesn't give us exact answer, precise answer. There could be a little variation in the original answer. I'm just now, children, you know, whenever doctor prescribes us any medicine for any kind of illness, is this medicine 100% safe for us, or does it have some side effects also? Like these days, COVID time is going on. You know, COVID mein doctors are prescribing steroids, which are not good for health. It has got side effects, but still doctor is prescribing. Why? Tell me why. Any wild guess?
Ma'am, because they're necessary. And the side
Because
effects.
they're necessary for us to.
Okay, Aisil, what do you have got to say? Aisil?
Ma'am, because these medicines have more advantages than disadvantages. Ma'am, their advantages are
Yes. Advantages at that particular time to help us cure. If you Google you type any medicine name you know on Google, and Google Baba will first give you the list of side effects, possible side effects. And down may somewhere in the footnote is there that though these side effects may occur, but your physician knows that it has then this side effects at this point. So you are likewise I'm comparing. I got to know the disadvantage of group data that we are not going to get the accurate value, but still it has advantage that it helps us to deal with the large number of data where ungrouped data is not going to help us. Is it okay, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Ask you
ma'am.
one thing. Now I'm going to give you the formula of mean. जी, मैं आपको mean का formula दे रही हूँ. I'm just rubbing it off. ठीक है? See, here is, can I mean is x bar. If you find x bar anywhere in maths book, that means we are talking of mean. Can I now further write it as 2 plus 2? 2 plus 2, can it be written as 2 into 2? Adding 2
Yes, ma'am.
times is plus 6. Now see, this can be written as 2 into 2. 6 plus 6, can it be written as 2 times 6? Ji beta?
Yes, ma'am.
And 10 plus 10 plus 10, what does it mean?
3 times
3
10.
times 10.
And divided by
7.
7. So here I am going to describe the formula for you. Now 2 into 2. Is it 2 into 2 this way in the product? 2 into 6 and 3 into 10.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, bacha? This 2 into 2 means we are multiplying Fi Xi. So the new column which says multiply frequency and class mark. Multiply frequency with the class mark. Okay. So when you are multiplying frequency and class mark, there is a symbol called sigma. It is also known as summation. Summation, sum of all. Sum of all. So I'm going to add these entries to 4 plus 12 plus 30 divided by 7. So when I'm known as summation Fi Xi. And 7. 7 is what? Sum of all the frequencies. Sum of all by summation Fi. So the formula for mean, which is x bar, as sum of Fi Xi divided by summation F. Okay. Now rest we will continue tomorrow.